Tomorrow marks 1 month since the Brooklyn Day mass shooting, and there are still many lingering questions about what unfolded that night. 2 people were killed and 28 others were shot. And who's going to be held accountable? Fox 45's Jeff Abel has pressed Baltimore police for an update on the investigation while they were out at the community event tonight. Jeff?
Well, it has been 30 days since the city's largest mass shooting broke out, and tonight the killers are still out here somewhere.
This community has been hurting for a long time.
It's been a month since the gunfire erupted, turning this Brooklyn development into the scene of the largest mass shooting Baltimore has ever seen.
I just cannot imagine the people that were in their house and hearing that.
But today, there's still no arrest in connection with the shooting deaths of 2 teenagers and the injury of 28 others. But there are plenty of questions.
Someone knows something there.
The collection of evidence in this case is also raising questions. On the morning after the shooting, the crime scene was still active, but crews had begun cleaning the scene before the evidence had all been processed.
This is the type of things they teach us not to do at the academy.
Victor Avila is a retired federal agent who fears the rush to clear the scene may have jeopardized key pieces of evidence from the hundreds of people who were partying there just hours earlier.
Were they drinking? Did they use a cup? Did they use this type of possible DNA evidence that can be recovered? Well, if you get rid of it, we might never know, and then you have to rely on a lot of other factors.
At a national night out event tonight, the police commissioner wasn't talking about the Brooklyn investigation.
One thing about Brooklyn.
No, you can't. No, you cannot. You cannot.
You don't want to answer?
In this case, we're trying to identify who actually committed the crime.
Detectives say there are plenty of leads, but a month after the shooting, no arrest. Yet plenty of questions about the probe.
Maybe it's a sign to say, listen, the police practices that we have in place are obviously not functioning.
Well, police are now doing an assessment, a top-to-bottom assessment of how they handled this case and plan to present their findings to the City Council. We are live tonight. Jeff Abel, Fox 45 News.
Jeff, thank you. Well, Fox 45 News also pressing for answers from the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement and Catholic Charities about Safe Streets' response to the shooting. Safe Streets workers were at the Brooklyn Day block party and mediated a few conflicts. We still don't know why Safe Streets left without telling police about potential threats. Now, Fox 45 News has sent questions to Monzi and Catholic Charities who run the Safe Streets location in question. We ask these questions: what a mediation entails, who oversees the documentation of conflicts, and what protocols are in place to better ensure communication among agencies about a potential threat. And Fox 45 News also asked to see the form Safe Streets uses to review mediations, but the mayor won't turn it over, saying the program's operations have to remain private. So we asked the mayor's office what information about that document is privileged. The mayor also won't answer questions about who Safe Streets employees are, saying they are not city employees and their identities have to be protected. We asked what the public is supposed to base their trust on when it comes to Safe Streets workers. If that information isn't available, our questions have gone ignored.
Fox 45 News has also been pressing the Housing Authority on how it didn't know about the massive block party happening on its property. Mayor Scott has called it unacceptable. Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost brought that question to HABC president earlier this month.
How did HABC not know that this was taking place?
Right. We've been asking that for the last 2.5 weeks. We just did not have the intel.
Director Abrams said that the tenant council used to put on the event, but that hasn't been the case for a few years. The Housing Authority recently put a number of changes in place, including policies restricting time limits on parties and a requirement to get permission before using electricity at events. Fox 45 News will continue to question city leaders and elected leaders regarding the Brooklyn Day mass shooting. You can find all of our reporting on foxbaltimore.com.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.